Brings me back. Those songs, these Nod Cry songs. It's weird how close we are to the next nation. Because listening to that song, I was like, man, remember when that was a fresh song, and when we watched it on the live stream. I'm consistently amazed. I talk about it like constantly, I feel like, but I'm consistently amazed at just how fast things are going by. Welcome, everyone. How goes it? Yeah, we only have a little over. Oh no, a yawn. I did not approve that yawn. Phoenix, you were absent from yesterday's stream. Just know that the energy was your typical energy was still carried even in your absence. Been 9 months since Nod Cry. A child was born in this amount of time. It's very possible that Lyra will catch up. Also, she crossed 5K subs over last weekend. How crazy is that? It wasn't that long ago that she was like not a huge ways ahead of me. Took up the duty. The duty? The duty? Oh, the duty. A child. Speaking of child, I wonder in what way we'll be meeting him in Snezhnaya. Because we meet him in freaking every nation in some small way. I wonder if he will be like a significant, he would almost have to be. I imagine that Child will play a big role in the Snezhnaya, Oh, he doesn't have a part 2 quest, does he? It'd be cool to give him buffs. What would you want out of buffs for him? I don't have the character, so I don't know what he would need. A sausage eating contest. We do have a rematch and a dinner date. It's the first thing that we do. He's like, all right, rematch first. He just jumps us at the border. Just the second that we get to the palace. Damage. Because isn't everything else about his kit pretty okay? It's just his numbers are lacking. So maybe scaling or something like that. How much of his, his cooldown is also pretty long. How much of his, family, like, is Child's parents around? I don't remember this. Remember that Tusser, we've met Tusser, we've never met Tanya. We know her by name. And Anton are all we know about. You know what, Hoyo? Are you gonna give Child? Are you gonna give Child? I wonder if it. I mean, he was pretty much raised by Skirk, but that's only because he fell into the abyss. Was he wandering around? Like, was he wandering by himself and fell into the abyss? Because he's an orphan? Because of Hoyoverse, or? sorted some artifacts around. Also, remember that whole like I'm building Kinich thing? I may have slightly put Kinich on pause. Whoops! I may have slightly put Kinich on pause in order to final phase my Dia. Just slightly. She needs so much more crit rate. Her punches land so slow that when she doesn't crit, it's really noticeable. She needs a lot of crit rate to be sure that every single one of those punches, because they come out so slow, can do as much as they can. But she actually is borrowed Yelan's Flower Plume and Sands. We need to go.
The desert's a tough adversary.
The desert's a tough adversary, as she said. Oh, I guess I don't have to switch here. I can do it once I'm there. But
Add Ash.
we have
Thank you for
some onslaught artifacts to grab. Because of this next trailer with the abyssal place that we go to, there's a theory that there's an abyssal version of. There's a layered on top of the normal place. Weird. Huh? Oh, new theater as well. Yeah. Yeah. So Sandy set. I was telling my wife that because we're on guarantee, I'm grinding the Sandy set also like for Sandy artifacts and also for off pieces to put more into Venti. I was telling my wife that because we're on guarantee, we've already got 45. Now with today's dailies, 46. I did get the shop reset ones. But because we're on guarantee, we've got 46. There's 7 days remaining on Nicole, and then Lohan will come around, and I'm skipping that. I'm feeling pretty confident. What's the maximum number of wishes? Because we pull on on pretty much every banner. It's rare that we skip a banner. What's the maximum number of wishes that we've saved up? Like 55 or something? What's the max you've ever saved up? Because 121 is a ton. I had 130 saved up in Zenless when Lucia came around.
Close your eyes. Night falls.
Do you think this team would work enough for menacing?
Stay clear.
There he goes.
Be silent.
Close your. Yes. Beat Fearless with it. Okay. It would just be down to my teams then. My teams. It would just be down to my builds and my skill then.
Insulation.
Be silent.
Oh, Sucrose is bald. Whoops. That shouldn't really matter. However, her EM share is based on her own EM. So.
Defensive mode engaged. Surge. Animal Tech 6308. Absorption test.
Be silent.
Lanyan with sack? Oh, okay. Maybe we'll try that as well. I asked a question. Luna had over 430 wishes saved. During which patches? During which versions? What characters? Leia had over 200 from Mawika, Halcyon 3,500 Primos. Quitter well over 200. Jobster 80, skipped an entire version for Ventu. For Venti. Jabilia 200 and 190 in Star Glitter at some point. And 190 in Star Glitter! We also rarely go over 34 in Star Glitter because it's usually, I'll just immediately buy a wish. And if I am saving up glitter, it's for a Beto-Con. So once we have 34, she's like, alright, spend that, and then we're back down to 0. If Lunar Charge, make sure to not reapply Bina's skill before switching to my Animo. Oh. Also, why is this team all fucky? You should be there. Yeah, that's the Flynn's team. Why was that all messed up? Borrowing Beto's weapon for a small time. I did try the slasher gives so much crit damage. I was like, okay, well, what if I just give her the serpent spine to give her more crit rate? In which case, then her punches only hit for like 10k, whereas with this, like, she can crit more often, but for far less. She crits much more rarely with this, and it is kind of noticeable. But when I've gotten it was probably with a Mona Bubble after Kazuha Shred and everything. Kazuha's VV Shred and everything. But I've gotten a 45,000 punch out of her. Did that last night, actually. But usually it's 15 on a non-crit and then 25 to 30 on her crit. That was on on one of the rovers over here. That I think these rovers must have really low pyro resistance, because that's also what Arlecchino got her 300,000 normal attack on. So to Pyramida, the Raven's legacy, a great treasure, is within reach. How and why we never went back to do this shit, I don't know, but I don't really have a lot of hunter pieces to begin with. Mara Chussie is where? I don't really have a lot to begin with. When I was grabbing these for Risley, I got terrible options for him, I remember. I remember like every single one had like 2 flats or 3 flats and only 1 usable one. Ah, over there. Tolfin, what are you doing here? Ah, fantastic. Just the duo I was waiting for. Huh? How did you know we would come here? Have you been following us since we parted at Blue Amber Lake? I was only joking. I came back to visit my parents and just so happened to be running errands here in Pyramida when I spotted the two of you. Paimon sees? Huh. So you have family here? Look at this lady. Look at this lady with the really tired eyes still vibing in the background. She's got tired eyes, but she's still partying. So you have family here? Oh, what's strange about that? Just like a raven is born to raven parents, people don't magically appear out of thin air. Thank you, Tolfin. She was more wondering, like... That's not what Paimon meant! Come to think of it, we're not really that close. Paimon can see how that was kind of a personal question. Can I ask a personal question that isn't... Or can I ask a question that isn't so personal? Good idea. Tolfin knows everyone and everything. He might just have the info we need. You account your experience searching for and finding the proofs of the cognoscenti after leaving Blue Amber Lake. So, Tolfin, have any idea where the last proof of the cognoscenti might be? I do have a few thoughts, however... Seeing as it's Connery, he'll probably be fine. From everything I've heard about your adventures, I believe he should be able to overcome the trial. There's another trial? It isn't going to be impossible, is it? Of course not. Besides, I have total confidence in your abilities, Connery. The last proof of the cognoscenti is actually with my grandmother. I'm on my way to visit her now. Why don't you tag along? Is your grandmother the hag that we have to beat up? That sounds terrible out of context. Seriously? What are the chances? Tolfin's grandmother. Huh. What do you think she's like, Connery? Do you think she's kind of sweet old lady who loves to tell stories? She does tell stories, but... never mind. You'll see when we get there. Dia, I love you, but... Okay. Well then, Beto, do I want to bring you? It's overload reactions that break her armor, correct? Not sure how much I trust me to not kill Varissa, even with a combination of Yansan and Shever's healing. Oh, Brosen? Bring your granny for a hag battle.
I'm never late.
Look at him go! Okay. Well. Look who remembered to visit. Did you take care of that matter for me, you little brat? Of course I did. Would I dare show my face here if I hadn't? This is my grandmother, though I'm sure she'd rather be known as Hilyeta, the Black Barrel Hag, than a failed merchant's grandmother. She doesn't look like anything. She doesn't look anything like Tolfin at all. She's far too serious. I hear that a lot, but at the end of the day, we're family, and we're a lot more alike than people think. And this is Connery, and this is Paimon. They've already found the other proofs of cognoscenti. Oh, so you've already found the other 4? Well, that takes some real talent. But I'm afraid you're gonna have to let me see that talent for myself. Seeing as the brat brought you in, I won't make things too hard for you. How about we just trade a few moves? Hold on a second. Something about this doesn't feel right. And what exactly is the problem? If ye want to get ye hands on the great treasure, you'll naturally need to get past me first. She's a stubborn old bag of bones, but once she sees what you can do, everything will be on the table. Come on, Conry. It's in your hands now.
Come on, then. Show me what you've got.
Get to work. Time to shine. Strike a pose.
Strike a pose.
A burst of flavor.
Nice.
Where is she? Oh, what the fuck? I guess that wasn't the legend version then. I can hear Escoffier cooking in the background. Not bad. Not bad at all. You do have promise. Here, this is the proof of the cognoscenti you've been seeking. But if ye want to claim the great treasure, there's still one final path ye have to tread. Ooh. Not that I'll hold him back, considering how sharp the little lad is. He's far more fit an heir to the treasure hoarders than ye are, you useless lump. Heir to the treasure hoarders? Me? Huh? So Granny is a treasure hoarder? And Tolfin, you too? I guess you could say that. Paimon never would have guessed. You don't look like a treasure hoarder. You have a unique NPC model. Don't tell Paimon you knew this all along. I mean, it was kind of hinted at. You could kind of get glean the context clues when we were at Blue Amber Lake. Don't tell me ye didn't explain it to them. Were you really planning to deliver the great treasure to a couple of know-nothings who couldn't tell a treasure hoarder they introduced themselves and brought them to their grandmother? They've shown that they have what it takes to gather the proofs of cognoscenti, and they handled your challenge just fine. In fact, weren't you praising them just now? You little bitch ass. Alright, don't give yourself a heart attack. I'll explain everything to them right now. I'll see to it that Conry is willing to be the treasure hoarder's heir, exactly as you wanted. And you really think you can make all that clear to them, lickety-split? What are you so worried? What are you so worried about? You won't shut up. You won't shut up about how I'm just like that good-for-nothing shoots brah. At least I inherited this gift at least I inherited his gift for smooth talking, didn't I? Tolfin leads you to a quiet corner to talk, while Granny mauls in the clearing. So what's really going on here? All we heard is that if we collect all 5 proofs of the cognoscenti, we can find the great treasure hidden east of the moon, west of the sun. Are you seriously telling Paimon that we'd have to take over as leaders of the treasure hoarders just to get Reed Miller's treasure? Honestly, all this air talk is weirding Paimon out. It's hard to imagine anyone leading the treasure hoarders. Exactly. There are people who call themselves treasure hoarders in every corner of Teyvat these days, and that's where the problem lies. While we might be able to face reality, my stubborn old grandmother still dreams of a day when the treasure hoarders can restore their glory from the days of Reed Miller. She fantasizes that someone will come along and rally the masses, let the dead bury the dead, or rise to the building Elysium for the hungry and the poor and the wealth of the high and haughty. While most of us have heard how Reed Miller stole from the rich to help the poor, very few know that the treasure hoarders once defended Elysium from the dark abyss. It was the treasure hoarders' golden age. It was the worst of times, yet somehow it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I didn't know. Maybe things are still the same today. But that era has passed, and she'll have to accept that someday. You're not wrong, but what are we supposed to do about it? Call her a boomer and walk away. Before we go any further, Conry, are you willing to serve as heir to the treasure hoarders and see that Reed Miller's dream is one day fulfilled? I just want to inherit the treasure he left behind, I gotta be honest. That's such a fucked up thing to say to Tolfin's face. I just want to inherit the treasure he left behind. I have my own dreams to fulfill. Well, just as I thought. Then how about we do it this way? Let's put on a little show. Again? That's what you said back at Blue Amber Lake. Sure, you helped us get the proof of cognoscenti back then, but who knows when you'll use those same sneaky tricks on us? Why would I do anything to thwart you when you're already such good friends? Now, instead of being suspicious, how about we focus on what we're going to say? You have a brief discussion with Tolfin about how to convince Hilyeta. According to Tolfin, simply mentioning the name Avril Lavigne should be enough to gain her trust. Should be enough to gain her trust, and if she ever brings up the name Brahe, all you have to say is that you don't agree with his methods. As for those two people who exactly are, Tolfin says it's a long story and promises to explain everything in detail when he gets the chance. So what do you say, little lad? You in? I want to fulfill Avril Lavigne's dream. Good. That's the spirit. If it weren't for the little brat acting just like that good-for-nothing Brahe, the proof of cognoscenti wouldn't have been scattered and lost for so long. We're nothing like Tolfin, or that Brahe may call it fellow. Paimon, what? You can rest assured. Even I have to admit that Connery is the most suitable candidate to inherit the treasure. Then it's settled. All that's left is for you to retrieve the great treasure. At the treasure site, you'll likely run into a few tricks left behind by that good-for-nothing... I'm sure you'll be able to handle anything he came up with, Connery, out of context. Paimon still has no idea where east of the moon, west of the sun could be. Oh, well, it's beyond the horizon, yet so close you could touch it. Also, I won't be joining you for the next trial, so here's wishing you all the best. Still, I'll be in Pyramida for a while longer, so please let me know if everything goes well. I'm counting on the both of you. What the hell was that noise? Oh, it was Skirk's shit. An artificial flower stained with rust. It is said to be a keepsake from Reed Miller, the founder of the Treasure Hoarders. Legend has it, there's also the pocket watch that we never read as well. Legend has it that the Fey Lord Filipov, who was deeply trusted by the White Emperor, once said that all the living desired to be deceived. From the nobles who make such sacrifices, enduring lavish extravagance on the people's behalf, to the peasants who suffered from hunger and cold. All tended to believe the narratives that would spare them from facing the truth. In some ways, therefore, hope is nothing more than despair's trick, a sweet venom that dulls the pain. According to the tales that circulate in Nasha Town today, the Master Thief was the world's most skilled trickster. Amidst countless legends caught betwixt truth and falsehood, their greatest anecdotes are always laced with lies. He outwitted the most elite guards in the Northern Realm with a fake medallion and emptied the governor's palace, and later disguised as a special envoy of the Tsar on a secret inspection. He squeezed the entire treasury out of Viscount Specken for his hospitality. In the popular comedy A Family of Noblemen, the gentleman Porfiry, staged by the Korolevsky troupe, the Master Thief, in one of his fleeting appearances, posed before the nobles as a holy fool who could hear the spirits. Pretending to listen to their confessions, then weaved their dirty secrets into ballads, telling the bards to spread them from tavern to street, so that the weary commoners might have something to laugh out loud about. But before these enchanting, substantiated anecdotes became a public spectacle, the Master Thief, who never lied, gave his partner, who was also of silver blood, a simple vow. He promised to never put himself in danger and to never break his word. Do not worry for me, Alia. Do not weep for a future. Alia. Do not weep for a future that has yet to arrive. I know you have your doubts about my friend, but please trust for now. Please trust my plan for now. Do not worry about me, Alia. If I am indeed the prophesied ruler of Elysium, then no fate in this world can tear me from the brethren I hold dear. Those were the last words the first Master Thief left for posterity. If only the girl who accompanied him could have been like her little twin sister, watching the silver thread come to its end. That moment would surely... Time, however, is ruthless to all. Even that regret would become an old memory from the time before the Master Thief ascended to his best friend's great remorse, the guillotine steps, and before the young woman who usurped his name hid her face behind a mask. Laugh at their fearful lies, brethren, for they cannot kill Reed Miller, the Master Thief. They have but murdered a single crow, but with tomorrow's light, a murder of crows shall rise to be at my back. That's a dope final line. A timepiece long since stopped. It is said to be a keepsake from Reed Miller, the founder of the treasure holders. In the end, all fervent, noble, and futile dreams will dissolve like tears. In the end, all fervent, noble, and futile dreams will dissolve like tears, like the countless fantasies born in the past, disappearing with a piercing cold wind. Whether born of true good intentions or the self-indulgent romantic fantasies, all paths lead to the same end. No one can escape a reality that falls short of their dreams, leaving their story to be edited by others. Oh my gosh, Chester, thank you for the 21 months. Thank you! Thank you, Jester. And thank you for those nuts and cabbages in celebration, and a couple crabs in there as well, apparently. The prophesied ruler who never came to rule did not live to witness his Elysium, a place where all sorrows were swept away. His borderless dream world had become a thing for bandits to make sport of. The usurper, who never became the sacred heir, could not break the chains binding kin, leaving behind a maid, herself now left with nothing, to sing evening prayers in mourning beneath the nightingale's tower. The governor's adopted son, who never became a master thief, failed to save the life of the one he loved, and instead stole a false name of a forgotten commoner, pretending to be a hero who now posed no threat. But what did it matter? The world she longed for was simply one where everyone could laugh as they willed. Even if it was all an insubstantial, ludicrous falsehood, it was still proof that their dreams had come true. A fake is not worthless, just like these tokens you found, even though they are but my counterfeit work, and not echoes surging within ley lines. They can still guide you to our great treasure. Since grandiose histories will only record the stories of the nobles, let me inscribe the names of the lowly in a way taught by she who heralds the new moon. As the one I love but cannot possess once scolded. I have no profound thoughts. And this is but the mockery of a wretched wanderer raised to the high heavens. And it's over here. We did find this.
Merciless.
Skirk. Skirk, are you serious, bro?
Merciless.
She is skirking her best. She is straight skirking it. And who can blame a woman for skirking it? Shouldn't have used that before that, but I did. Holy shit, Skirk. How much did her burst hits for 5 times? How much did every single one of those individual strikes hit for? Let me know if I saw that incorrectly. Did I see 96k per strike? That does not seem correct, right?
Fearless.
I mean, I guess I had Farina, Fanfare, and Escoffier. O Raven, king of all birds, felled in a net amidst the thorn bush, cunningly unfurled. I stand upon the hazel and the alder high, to hear the birds sing for me loudly by. Open. Holy shit. Ooh, that was cool. Let's head down, check it out! Happy treasure waiting for us to find! Looks like you can view all the proof of the card. Oh, okay. Word. It auto-opened my... You can't accidentally fall to your death right here. It automatically opened my glider. I love the music here. Music. Oh, hey, a weasel thief. Imagine that. Oh, hey! Wait, do it again. You got games on your phone. Suspicious notice. Gold is noble and silver bright, but which metal would truly please the iron-faced gatekeeper's sight? As the saying goes, like calls to like, so perhaps the answer is already cut and dried. A line of tiny text is written in the corner of the notice, easy to miss if one isn't paying attention. And if all else fails, winning by brute force still makes you the hero. But I can't make any sense of this. Oh look, 3 keys. Which opened the door? Wasn't there some sort of hint on the hint? Like is like. Silver key, golden key. Like is like, so it's probably the metal key because it's a rusty old gate. Gold is noble, but which metal would truly please the iron-faced gatekeeper side? Yeah. Charge up my burst in case I need it. A metal key! Looks like an iron coin. Not quite. Let's keep it. If the pattern doesn't match the other iron coins, Paimon shows us where it is. We hang on to it just in case. Strange iron coin. A coin that resembles a common iron coin, though it may be a different variant. Maybe I'm a different variant. Nyum. I like how that one just burrowed into wood. I just jumped over the spider web. I dug up an explosive barrel. This is getting super dangerous. This is cozy. Within this little plot, both danger and luck are found. To tell the fake from real, look where the strange rock lights the ground. A line of tiny text is written in the corner of the notice, easy to miss. The main gate is locked down hard, so don't bother trying until the skies fall apart. Strange rock lights the ground. Wow, cabbage! Oh, cook. I thought that said check. Huh? Hey! Okay, apparently we'll just do that. Oh! Let's get out to death! See, really, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Strike a pose.
Okay. Word. Cabbages. What? Ah!
Get to work.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, the salon members. Oh, hey. Do I just gotta keep on annoying it to death?
Splendid. More interesting trinkets for me.
Okay, that one's gone dry. Oh!
Stop that.
The hell you got against Farina, Ping?
The show begins.
That was the stream and the game buffering in lag. I kept on clicking on it, and it's gonna be obvious on the re-upload, but I kept clicking on it, and
Splendid. More interesting trinkets for me.
here, Skirk can tank it. Oh, hey, you. Okay, he's up there now.
The hard work is paying off.
Wow, physical Skirk is not it. Okay, well, let's actually we'll actually do this one.
Mine to wield. You've earned yourself a reward.
Thanks. Oh! It was right that. What? It was right here? I'm sure this guys might want to look what Sony just announced. That's ominous. Okay, there was nothing to do up here. This little guy just ran away. Like brave Sir Robin. Oh! The stubborn weasel digs the dirt, its hurried form unseen. The key is given darkly, where the moving shadows screen. Let clanging iron coins fall and halt right at its feet. A forceful claim may yet yield a bounty sweet. Tiny text. Little ones have picky tastes, so use what they like to tease out their trace. No, not this one. No, not that one either. No, that's a golden key. That's a golden key. It's not this one either. Oh! Why did you happen to be the accidental brute force once more? I can't pick up this meat? Are you serious? This meat's gotta be rotten as hell, though. Oh, I was supposed to go up and drop the big rock, hence until the sky falls. Brute forcible. I was supposed to throw meat. We got there. It did say brute force is still brute force. Quotes with Connery VTuber. Why do these look like Simulanka plants? Holy! We'll be rich! Couldn't take any more commissions from the Inventor Guild. Let's go take a look. Who could possibly read that? Oh no! I did it right after I took the... I forgot. I still brought it out though. It would have been a real mistake if I got to like if I left the cave and was like, oh, I forgot to pull the feather out. Damn, bro, look at this. This looks like the mast of a ship. Another weasel thief statue. It looks like it's not enough. We had a couple more special iron coins. Why don't we take a look around? The arrangement of this treasure vault is pretty much complete. Without the help of these little weasel friends, I'd have no idea how to transport so many iron coins here without anyone noticing. So to commemorate their service and hard work, I'll call these little critters weasel thieves and grant them the title of official treasure hoarders from now on. Just kidding. If Miss Alia knew in the afterlife that I was giving wild weasels such absurd names, she'd probably jump right out of the Pillar of Embla and beat me up. There's no way I can call them that unless, of course, I were to write poetry in the future and fail to come up with any other name, or if no other name would make the rhythm and meter work. I have to say, Father had a real eye for hiding secret funds. This place is so well concealed that not only would it be unlikely for anyone to stumble upon it, even wild weasels would have a hard time squeezing in here without guidance. It's such a pity that his foresight has only ever extended so far. Even when Rotwang used used him up to the hilt, he never harbored the slightest suspicion. Ultimately, the secret funds he hid back here were the only Ultimately, the secret funds he hid here back then were only stolen because those two old geezers, Aurelian and Sylvester, came snooping around and coaxed the words out of me. By Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, I was only 5 years old. Two young men playing good cop and bad cop, using both carrot and stick to get a 5-year-old to talk. What normal human could come up with that? Actually, forget humans. What normal fae, djinn, seelie, specter, lockfolk, phantasm, or whatever creature could even think of this? Sacred heirs of the Frostmoon Scions, indeed. What rotten, immoral behavior. Father chewed me out for 3 days afterwards, and even the petrichor vacation I'd been promised got washed out. That said, that place got washed out later too. Ha! Ha! Get it? What's more infuriating is that when I brought this up to Sylvester a while ago, he actually claimed he couldn't recall how he'd deceived me back then, just that Aurelian claimed to want the children to lead better lives. I completely understand their thoughts and actions. Return all the wealth father had plundered to those poor children. It was the right thing to do, but really, did they have to do it through me? Was I really the sole avenue through which a back through could have been made, gentlemen? Besides, and Sylvester probably doesn't know this, the secret funds they stole, pretending to be chivalrous outlaws who robbed the rich to help the poor, were back in Father's coffers less than 3 days. Several times the original amount extorted from other sources. Those self-important profiteers can always rake in the wealth without lifting a finger, while the venal sycophants who surround them twist it into proof of their master's innate diligence and wisdom. No one could become that rich otherwise, surely. The game of robbing the rich to feed the poor only adds weight to the shackles of the impoverished. As Miss Alia's terrifyingly gloomy sister once told me, no matter how pure the water of goodwill, if it falls on soil poisoned with malice, seeds of evil are the only things that will grow. Aurelian probably realized this eventually, but his Elysium, no matter how firmly he believed it existed on Earth, remained much too far from those truly suffering in poverty. After all, how can someone who has never known a moment of kindness, someone constantly insulted and harmed, be expected to believe that they should love their neighbor, or even their enemies? Neither Aurelian nor Miss Alia ever answered that question. They were both kind people who imagined people to be better than they really were, believing that virtues and ideals could overcome the evil bred by circumstance. Unfortunately, I am just a selfish nobleman and lack the kindness. I suspect Aurelian felt the same. After all, in his eyes, there's probably only ever been one truly kind noble in this world. The things I've witnessed leave me unable to hold such idealistic confidence in human nature. It's barely been a decade since Miss Alia's sacrifice, and those bandits who scattered like frightened birds and beasts have already begun brazenly misusing Aurelian's words to justify their atrocities against the innocent. Whether it's wandering merchants barely scraping by or overworked laborers starving for their next meal, anyone could be branded a lackey of princes or a traitor who betrays his brothers and neighbors, and therefore ripe for their noble robbery. Those who came before overcame evil with noble deeds. Now the bandits who claim to be their successors wave the same banner, declaring that anyone who opposes them is an enemy of those noble ideals, thus embodying the very evil that was once defeated. I can send the bandits who committed atrocities in the name of Reed Miller and oppressed the laboring poor to the Eye of Krati, where they'll sleep with the fishes for good. In fact, I have already done so. But what about after I die? Who can guarantee that those once noble ideals won't be twisted into crimes even I can't imagine? Al-Ahmar could not guarantee it. Irenaeus could not guarantee it. Xabalanca could not guarantee it. The noble lords of Mondstadt aristocracy failed to guarantee it, nor can the Frostmoon Scions guarantee it. And some so-called master thief Reed Miller will surely fail to guarantee it. Evil comes from humanity as naturally as honey from a hive. I'm loving this, but damn, this is a heavy perspectives. Not inaccurate, but heavy perspectives. I'm neither Aurelian nor Sylvester nor Miss Alia, who enchants me so. I cannot place all my hope in human nature the way they did. I don't want the name of the master thief Reed Miller to fade into history, forgotten by all. What's more, I don't want that name and the ideals it once stood for to be twisted by future villains and reviled by the public. Hence, there's only one solution I can think of. Let these so-called ideals be buried by history. Let us smother them beneath countless contradictory, absurd, laughable, yet irresistible stories until every trace of meaning is worn away and only a sweeping legend remains. This way, anyone who commits evil in our name will never be mistaken for a serious idealist. Rather, they shall be dismissed as childish dreamers, drunk on romantic tales. Greed always outlasts ideals. At least, that's what I believe. As long as the tale of the great treasure continues to be told, there will always be gamblers dreaming of making a fortune overnight, repeating the name of the master thief Reed Miller endlessly. Better a harmless name, one that lets the poor laugh from the heart, one that gives them just a little more courage to face tomorrow, than a banner that villains would seek to claim. If the rebels of some future age truly need a new banner, they will find a hero who belongs to their own time, and whatever that hero's name may be, it should never be Master Thief Reed Miller. Damn, that's note 1! Man, the lighting in this place, holy shit. Look at that.
Take me up.
Oh, I was expecting a note over here. Four notes and one other. Where's all the more? This is just a bunch of iron coins. A message from the Lebanon. Okay, that must be the +1 then. It's still there, right? Okay, yeah. It vanished into my inventory, never to be found again. Two, cool. I never imagined that someone would find the treasure vault just 3 weeks after I'd set it up. What surprised me even more was that I actually recognized the person. I never thought I'd run into him here. Dmitry Dubrovic Sukhotin, trusted aide of the Grand Duke Filipov, third-class military officer, chief instructor of the Snezhnayan Royal Military Academy. If I remember correctly, he was promoted to this position the year Aurelian enrolled, occupying said cushy, lucrative position until the Conrian disaster. He would even host foreign dignitaries occasionally, such as the commander-in-chief of Fontaine's Great White Armada, the Grand Master of Knights of Mondstadt's Knights of Favonius. In short, he was a real show-off. According to official records, he had long since died alongside His Majesty the Tsar, sacrificing himself for the nation. Not that this is anything new, even Aurelian once appeared as deceased in the records. One can always rely on the unreliability of Snezhnaya's civil system. What surprised me was that the old man before me seemed almost entirely different from the spirited, haughty, and overbearing officer I once remembered. I don't know what he endured, but he looked far more gaunt and aged than his years. The moment he saw me, his first instinct was to draw his sword and strike. Luckily, I reacted in time, parrying his blade with Aurelian's gauntlet and shouting his name. He froze for a moment, muttering incoherently for a while. It was as if he hadn't used human speech in ages. Finally, he forced out his first phrase, asking who I was. I spent a long time talking with the old man. He said he no longer remembered me, but he remembered my father's name, of course. He'd abandoned his own noble title and name long ago, choosing instead to spend the rest of his life protecting the children at the borderlands, those homeless children wandering through wastelands. At first, I thought he built a shelter. I didn't realize the children had never even seen him. He slew the wicked villains who sought to harm them out of their sight. As for why he did it, what truly happened in Conria, and how he ended up in Nodcry, he refused to say. Naturally, I didn't press further. The old man had absolutely no interest in treasure, and hadn't even heard of the rumors I spread about the great treasure. He simply felt that something was off about this place, suspected it was a slaver's camp, and following his instincts, stormed in with the intention of taking me out on the spot. After I finished explaining the thought process behind the treasure vault, the old man fell silent for a moment. He said that if a student had proposed such a ridiculous scheme back when he was chief instructor, he would have thrown it straight back and ordered them to start over. As for now, he didn't finish speaking, simply leaving in silence. The old man's right. If someone else were to stumble in here the same way, guided by nothing but sharp instincts, then this entire plan would be pointless. I need a way to make this place nearly impossible to find, yet draw people towards more attainable goals. I've got an idea, but first I need to talk to Isla. I'm trying to make making sure that I'm not pronouncing Isla as Aliyah and vice versa. But first I need to talk to Isla and see if she's willing to help me. She probably would. After all, turning the story of Master Thief Reed Miller into the proof of the cognoscenti, at least that's what I'll call it for now, would also serve as a tribute to Miss Alia. Okay, look for the iron coins and then 3 will be available. Bloop. Oh, okay. I was hiding here all along! That's 4, okay. And then the +1 is down near here. Meow. Investigate the chest. Oh!
Get to work.
Ah, you gooped me! You gooped me!
Papa, pinnacle of excellence.
Might wield.
What's it, why is it not taking damage?
Fulfill our pact. Strike a pose. Time to shine.
Oh, it's almost dead. Their coffee will kill it. That's number 5. You think the statue's hiding a path to the real great treasure? Apologies for me mush-mouthing stuff, by the way, today. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm talking like this. Read 4 before 3? Okay. Sylvester has departed in the end. This should be the last time I returned here to pen notes. I was planning to burn everything I'd written before, but after burning half of it, I thought about it and gave— oh, this one is shorter. But after burning half of it, I thought about it and gave up on the endeavor. Better to leave something behind, because apart from this, there's really nothing else. In accordance with his own wishes, his funeral was remarkably quiet. The handful of lightkeepers he trained personally shed no tears for him, which is understandable. If I could live to his age, free from illness and disaster, returning peacefully to the earth, I wouldn't want others to weep for me either. Besides, lightkeepers are well accustomed to parting with the dead. Isla didn't come to his funeral. I assumed she had no idea, so I made a special trip to Hisi Island. The place had been nearly demolished, with only the central grand temple and the tower to the north remaining. Her maid, excuse me. Her maid, whose name I cannot recall, though I remember Isla saying that she was an adopted orphan from foreign lands, spoke to me timidly, saying that the Lady Moonchanter had long known of my coming, and was aware of the Lightkeeper's affairs. She had no intention of seeing me, and asked me to leave. If she doesn't want to see me, then so be it. Not that there'd be much to say if we did meet anyway. Oh. I'm betting that's the way out. Oh, hey, a chest on the ridge right there.
I'm tired already.
Actually, no, this isn't the way out. Because this doesn't lead to anywhere. This is just the source of the light in the room.
Return to the skies.
Yeah. Okay, so then we just have 3 and then the +1 right there. Whoa! Shit tons of Kuvaki is raising the coins up. Oh, that would kill you instantaneously if it all fell. It was a mast of a ship. Why a ship? Oh, who cares? Great treasure could be aboard. Come on, spread skill and Babylon. Why can't I read though? To you, my esteemed guest, who has gathered all of the proof of the cognoscenti. If you're reading this note, it means you've successfully solved my puzzle. Congratulations! Well done! Now the legendary great treasure you're looking for is right in front of you. You're welcome. Please, enjoy yourself. These unclaimed riches are the spoils due to the cognoscenti. However, as the founder of the Treasure Hoarders, I would like to give you one more piece of advice. No matter who you are, exposing mountains of wealth to the light of day, flaunting it in pursuit of glory and vanity, thereby attracting the envy and covetous eyes of countless onlookers, it is not a wise move. Please take these treasures, which belong to you alone, away quietly. Then remove this note and pretend you never found anything. Let people believe that the proof of the cognoscenti still lies scattered across every corner of this continent, waiting to be gathered by those fortunate few chosen by fate. Let the story continue to circulate. Let those who dream of sudden riches continue their hard work. This way, the wealth you've obtained after countless trials will sit much more safely in your hands. Signed, Master Thief, Reed Miller. Oh. Look at the Kuvaki shimmering through the coins. Whoops, didn't mean to do that, Granny. Sorry about that.
Go on, take them. I'll thank the stars for you later.
Oh, thank the stars. What kind of ship is this, by the way? Because is this its own unique type of ship? Or have we seen ships in this design before? Because Liyue ships are very different than Sumeru ships versus Fontaine ships. This looks different because of how high the quarterdeck is.
Rise like smoke.
I guess the Alcor also has a really high quarterdeck. Oh, here's 3. Rumors about proof of cognoscenti have been spread. Once people know that a key exists, they won't go out of their way to find alternative means of entry. All I have to do now is fabricate a few tales of treasure hunters who tried to take shortcuts but came up empty-handed, then spread them under the names of Bray the Bard and Grand Duke Trubetskoy. That should be more than enough to convince future generations of the necessity of seeking the proof of the cognoscenti. Like his greedy father, the new Grand Duke Trubetskoy heard rumors of the treasure and schemed to seize even the gifts the Master Thief had left to the poor. And what magnificent treasure it was! More splendid than the gold of Hisi, more dazzling than the silver of Kitzegrad. Even the flesh and blood of the Lord of Geo could scarcely measure its worth. Such was the vast hoard of iron coins that the Master Thief left behind, wealth enough to shake the very economy of the northern lands. Wait, that's not right. If I were to list the treasure's contents outright, some people would lose interest. Such was the treasure that Master Thief Reed Miller left behind, wealth enough to shake the very economy of the northern lands. Even a bard with such nimble lips and silver tongue as I could scarcely recount it in full. Alright, that'll do. And lastly, I'll spin something about how the new Grand Duke Trubetskoy was effortlessly bested by the Master Thief's companion, a beauty known as Wagtail. As long as it's written in a sufficiently dashing manner, I'm sure Miss Alia won't mind. Look, it mentions Bry over here. It looks at how do you pronounce that? It mentions Bry over here. It looks like he was the one who made these records. So iron coins really were the currency here back in the day. That means the mountain of these things could truly be called a great treasure. If only we'd come here a few hundred years ago, we'd be rich. But iron coins aren't worth much more these days. As I say, value lies in scarcity. Exactly. So if you can't find this prototype iron coin he wrote about, collectors are sure to go crazy for it. Papa bets we could get a pretty penny for that one. Too bad we won't know where it's buried. Are we really supposed to dig up this whole place by ourselves? We'll get a dressing down from the Black Barrel Hag if we don't. Oh yeah, you're right. We mustn't get on the wrong side of her. You might be able to handle her attacks, but Paimon will have to fly far, far away. And speaking of the Black Barrel Hag, now that Paimon has seen Briar's notes and all these iron coins, she finally understands why that old lady wants to bring back the good old days. To her, those days must have been the real Elysium. Paimon thinks we're living a pretty wonderful time now, too. You and Paimon and all the friends you've met on our journey, this is our golden age. That's probably how Tolfin feels as well. He chose not to share the full history of the treasure hoarders with us because he didn't want us to bear the weight of expectation. Looks like this adventure ends here. Getting all 5 proofs of the cognoscenti wasn't easy, and Paimon knows it was far from a fruitless journey, but she can't help feeling a little disappointed. By the way, why do you think this ship is here?
Perhaps it sank under the weight of a greed it could not bear. Or maybe it's a ship of dreams that ran aground before it ever set sail.
That must mean this is the treasure hoarder's secret dock. Hundreds of years have passed now, and the local geography changed. Paimon figures it's probably never going to get the chance. That's such a shame. Even though this ship is hundreds of years old, it still looks almost new. Traveling would be so much easier if we had a boat as big as this, don't you think? I'll be the captain, and Paimon, you can be the chief mate. Aye, aye, Captain Connery. Trying to tie the jib to the mizzen mast and racing the portside anchor to the load line, Captain. How convincing is Paimon's chief matiness? Come on, take the helm and let's set sail. Damn. What just happened? Apparently I accidentally clicked control for no reason. Yes, I know, Twitch. Stop telling me that. Oh, right, Dia has your shit. Here, I'm probably not gonna play Dia right now, so I will switch. Oh yeah, that is a better one for her, isn't it? And then, did Dia also steal a circlet from Durin? No. Okay. Try taking the helm. Oh, what? Oh. Bounty's Island's just up ahead. Nothing about it looks particularly special from here. Really, I'm still not happy about this. I mean, the treasure here has been marked by the governor. If we take it... Don't worry, we still have a few more days before the drill is over. And by the time the governor notices, we'll already be in Snezhnegrad. No one will think to come after us. That's not what's bothering me. What if he ends up on the hook for telling us where the treasure is? Who? I mean, that Bright kid? What do you care? He's had his fair share of the honey... And I haven't? Hang on. The honey brewed for the few. What are you talking about? You and that kid are nothing alike. If you were on the same side as them, you wouldn't... Don't worry about him. He'll be fine. He might be adopted, but he's still the governor's son. Besides, he's young. No one's gonna give him any trouble. He'll be right. What a pretty ship, though. So this is what Bounty Island looks like. I guess it really does live up to its name. Okay, am I in control of this one? What are we gonna do with the loot? Same as usual? Though if we're taking it back to Snezhnograd, why not give it to the kids on the streets? I ran into them a few days ago while on patrol. That kid with the conch shell struck me as a smart one. They'll know what to do with the treasure, and who best to share it with. Suits me. Let's do it your way. But compared to the treasures on display at the governor's palace, these little trinkets are hardly even worth the bother. Even in a backwater like this, those arrogant fools still indulge in their outrageous extravagance. Their shiny facade can't hide the fact that they're already rotten to the core. Have you seen it yet? This place is no different from Snezhnograd. Are we really supposed to fight to protect people like this? And protect them from those who we have no quarrel with? The unseen, the downtrodden, the despised? I understand your anger, but there's not much we can do. There's not much we can do right now. But sooner or later, we have to upturn the status quo, to weed out the corruption root and stem. I must rise to the top, by any means necessary. I count myself lucky to have ended up fighting by your side, Sylvie. But I often find myself looking back to where I came from. It's a place my brothers and sisters remain, where they continue to endure hardships they should never have to bear. Tell me, those innocent souls, were they born to suffer like this? If it's the law that is causing their suffering, then I shall rewrite the law. And if it's the corrupt nobles, I shall purge them from their ranks. One day, I'll raise an Elysium that belongs to us on this land, a land that has always belonged to us. I believe in you, Relia. I know you can accomplish your dream. Let's not talk about that now. Even thieves have their code, so I'll leave this behind. That way, the governor will know who took his treasure. It's just a pity I won't get to see his reaction myself. That would be a sight to behold. What just happened? We found a treasure hoarder ship under a pile of iron coins. Then you took the helm. After that, it felt like a dream. And then somehow we ended up here. Those two. They mentioned someone called Bry. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that horrendously. I do try for future reference. Like, I know that Snezhnaya is not actually how it's supposed to be pronounced. That's how the game pronounces it. That's why I pronounce it that way. I do apologize, but either it's a crazy coincidence or they must be from a long, long time ago. At the very least, we know they have a connection to this place. Yeah, and from what they were saying, there was once some treasure buried here, and even though they made off with it, it seems they left something else in its place. It's been so long, who knows if somebody already dug it up by now. Let's see if we can find it first. Can't have to look. If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be somewhere here. I can't believe it's still here. Why didn't the governor come to collect it? Ooh. This is what they left here? Isn't this? Paimon doesn't understand. Let's ask Tolfin about it. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. We should tell him what happened with the great treasure, too.
Where have you been hiding?
Indeed. Where indeed, Beto? Damn, I love the world quests in this game. Look at this dude as well. Look at him lounging with his eyes burning. Snutnaya? I don't think so. Ooh. I don't remember this one. I guess we've never been here at night. Man, this game is so special. Every single location we go to has its own vibe, its own feel.
Recent batches of recruits could use some more discipline.
It's often that music plays such a huge role in the construction of an area, you know? Because this music makes me think of it feels like downtime music. It feels like when the shift is over and you come back here and you're just like, all right, take a load off, have some mead. It makes me think of like all these people once they clock out and they're just normal people, just trying to get by in life. Damn. Oh, if it isn't Conry and Paimon. Have you two found the great treasure already? If you mean that pile of old iron coins. We left those iron coins exactly where we found them. Well, actually, they're on top now. You tell Tolfin what happened at the treasure site and the strange things that happened after you boarded the ship. For some reason, they left behind some sort of raven insignia. Oh, good. My chair is falling apart. Anyways. For some reason, they left behind some sort of raven insignia. It seems the Earth remembers far more than we could ever imagine. As a storyteller, I can't help but feel humbled by that. After all, human life is fleeting, and oral history is prone to errors. Some stories may even be lost forever, yet the Earth's memory no doubt remains true. I think it could have only been Aurelian who left that raven insignia. You may be more familiar with one of his other names, with another one of his names, Reed Miller. What? You mean that was the legendary thief Reed Miller? I would have never guessed by looking at him. From what you described, the things you saw almost certainly happened before the treasure hoarders were even formed. It said that back then, he liked to play the role of heroic thief with his military academy buddies, stealing from the rich and helping the poor. In fact, that raven insignia was derived from the family crest of his noble-born academy classmate. But that's all in the past. I shan't bore you with the details. Anyway, seeing as our fates appear to be intertwined, how about you two take this raven insignia as a keepsake? I assume accepting this doesn't automatically make me the treasure hoarder's heir, correct? There's no need to worry. Like I said, the golden age of the treasure hoarders is over. However, there is still one slight problem. My stubborn grandmother seems to have taken a liking to you. If she ever asks you for a friendly sparring match, please don't turn her down. And don't pull your punches either. Whoa, she's so much stronger than a regular old lady. We wouldn't dream of doing anything but pummeling her with everything we've got! Well then, the great treasure buried east of the moon, west of the sun, has been claimed by a pair of remarkable adventurers. And this performance, too, has come to its close. Allow me to play you a tune, to express my wish that every step of your journey be filled with mystery, and every path may bring you jubilation. East of the... Damn, that was good! We had a long stint in between installments of this quest line, though. As we oft do. East of the moon, west of the sun. Those are sandy. Whoa! I'm almost at 1,200 achievements. What's the matter? Something on your mind? Pressure getting to you? About Reed Miller. The name Reed Miller was merely an alias, a mask to hide one's true identity. To the poor, Miller was a figure of admiration, while to the nobles, the very mention of his name would draw curses and swearing. But it was never the name of just one person. Even among the earliest treasure hoarders, there were already 3 individuals who went by the name Reed Miller, and that doesn't even include those who later chose to pose as Reed Miller for one reason or another. Why, just last week I had a run-in with 2 petty thieves, both calling themselves Miller, who attempted to steal my harp. But that's a story for another time. Putting the latter-day pretenders aside, I do know a thing or two about the original trio. So, Connery, which of the 3 are you asking about? The first. The first to use this alias was Avrelian. I've mentioned him to you two before. He was an orphan who was adopted by a rank-and-file military officer named Miknenko, after losing both his parents. As a result, he was able to attend the Snezhnayan Royal Military Academy. Interestingly, according to official records, shortly after Avrelian became a non-commissioned officer, he died in the line of duty for unknown reasons. Perhaps this was his way of getting out of the military, although I can't say for sure. He, quote-unquote, died in the line of duty. Whatever the reason, he serviced in Nodcry a few years later under the name Reed Miller, gathering the destitute who lived on the fringes of society into a band that became the first treasure hoarders. At that time, they recognized this young man from who knows where as their leader, believing that he would free them from their shackles and build an Elysium where all would stand equal. Unfortunately, I cannot say what his true motive was, nor can I tell you much about how the treasure hoarders operated at this time. Maybe he had a grand dream. Maybe, like my grandmother, he possessed a strong, unshakable faith. Or maybe he harbored some other darker, more personal motive he couldn't share with anyone. Alright, please don't tell my grandmother I said that last part. Anyhow, all of that happened 5 centuries ago. For most people, the only thing known about the very first treasure hoarder is what eventually became of him, which was his death by execution in Snezhnegrad. Although he had never been captured by the authorities before, he was convinced by a noble friend to walk away from his organization, leave everything behind, and go to Snezhnegrad, supposedly to explain himself to Belisar or something like that. Unsurprisingly, been doing a lot of talking, but I feel like we've done quests where there have been even more talking before. My jaw feels sore already. Unsurprisingly, he was promptly sent to his death without so much as a glimpse of the Tsar. That's why I say thieves and nobles don't belong together. It only ever ends in tragedy. Putting the latter-day pretenders aside, the second. The second Reed Miller was a woman whose real name I do not know. All I know is she was a traitor to the Frostmoon Scions, who struck her name from history altogether. In truth, I have no idea what her connection to Avrelian was, and as for the Frostmoon Scions of 500 years ago, well, it was a pretty creepy place to be, judging from the poems I've read. According to Bry, the entirety of Hisi Island was encircled by a golden wall even taller than Mount Issus in Fontaine, so I really have no good explanation of how she could have come to know Avrelian. And now the Frostmoon Scions have transformed into something entirely different, so much so that even I wonder if they're too gullible these days. That's why I told Miss Hidimbi just a few days ago that she was real lucky. Had she tried to dupe the Frostmoon Scions of 500 years ago, she'd probably be with Al-Ahmar by now. So, anyway, after Avrelian was executed, she began donning that silver mask, claiming to be the master thief Reed Miller who had escaped the gallows. She molded the treasure hoarders into a highly disciplined, quasi-military force that almost resembled a religious order. Her mantra was that no one should place their faith in gods or deities, for it was humanity alone that held the power to save its own. Strange as it may sound, the best way to describe the treasure hoarders of that era might simply be an irreligious religious order. Under the name Reed Miller, she gathered a large group of bandits, and together they picked the governor's palace in Nodcry clean in a single night. All the countless curios, antiques, mora, and jewels that they made off with, she gave all of that away to the poor of Nashatown. This was the very storm of gold and silver that the cheap novels so fancifully describe. And now in Nodcry, the people absolutely revere Miller. But if you ask me, this has nothing to do with Aurelian's dream, the dream that my grandmother believes in so staunchly. For most of the people living on this land, both his dream and Elysium are as distant as the moon. Who knows, maybe they're just dreaming of someone like her, someone who'd drop loot from nowhere right into their laps, without them having to lift a finger. The third. It's a bit embarrassing for me to say this, but of the 3 Reed Millers, the one I mentioned earlier, Bry, is the one my grandmother really despises. Much as my grandmother doesn't want to admit it, he is actually our forebear. He was of a station even higher than Solove the Torchforger. He was the adoptive son of the Fey Lord of Trubetskoy, governor of all Nodcry. Some have claimed he was actually the governor's illegitimate son, and because the blood of the Fey ran through his veins, he was more handsome than most people you'd ever meet. Of course, that's probably just an unfounded rumor. I mean, surely neither of you can find any trace of Fey blood in my face, can you? Like Aurelian, he was a student at the military academy, though he enrolled long after Aurelian had graduated. I doubt the two of them ever crossed paths there. After graduating, oh my gosh, sorry. After graduating from the academy, Bray returned to Nodcry. After graduating from the academy, Bry returned to Nodcry, where, like every other Snezhnayan noble of the time, he settled into a life of indulgence and decadence. That is, until the night he caught a glimpse of the second Reed Miller as she looted the governor's palace. Bry fell in love with the Frostmoon Scion turncoat at first sight. So enamored was he that even he abandoned his life as a noble to join the treasure hoarders. The nobility are at leisure to see the suffering of others as a beautiful romantic fantasy, whereas the truly destitute are relegated to soulless villainy and rogues' roles in every tale. This is why my grandmother despises him so much. In her view, he was the one who tainted Aurelian's dream, the one who turned a name that rightfully belonged to the poor into one from a farcical story of romance. But it's just that he abandoned his life as a noble after his beloved passed and continued to rob the rich, to help the poor, and aid the people of this land. So no matter what his motives were, no matter how he went about achieving his goals, I don't think it can be said that he tainted Aurelian's name, not when we consider how many people he helped and how much he bettered their lives. It's no exaggeration to say that of all the stories about the master thief Reed Miller, it's no exaggeration to say that of all the stories about the master thief Reed Miller that can be found in the cheap novels out there, maybe 1 in 5 is about the traitorous Frostmoon Scion. 3 in 10 tell Bray's tale, and the remaining half is just pure fiction, fabricated solely to tantalize and reel in the reader. While my grandmother may be a steadfast believer in Reed Miller's dream, just what exactly is this dream? Even Bry might not have fully understood it back in the day, so how could we claim to it now? Having said that, maybe all that doesn't really matter after all. As long as you believe in something. One must believe in something, if only to be able to have the courage to face the morrow. I'll see you around. May your journey ahead be smooth and beautiful, just like this tune. Give me 1 sec. I need to, number one, rest my voice for a couple for just a sec, but also I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Be right back. I'm like mushing and like slurring over my words because my jaw is so sore. BRB. Glowing horn shrooms. Damn, listen to this bop as well. Listen to this. Man, I cannot wait for Snej. Snezhnaya. Another huge-ass country to explore as well. But before that, final Nodcry map expansion. Because we still have our statues to finish off. Oh, there's the bunker right there. Oh, look how cool the like the reef around it, or like the sandbar around it looks. Never mind, it's gone. Look how cool the like sandbar around it looks. Free mobile game, by the way. I also am wondering, like, where is it gonna send us? Because part of me was wondering, like, are they gonna go this way? Because there's parts of Snezhnaya that are here, because we can see Mount Isus and whichever mountain this is from that trailer. So that trailer, that location of the trailer took place like here. So if they expand this way to connect with Snezhnaya, but then that'd leave huge open area right here, which might be okay if this is just considered open ocean. Was there more shit to the north? Like placeholder, whoops. Ah! Not really as such, just placeholder mountains. Not in the way of not in the way of like this. There's stuff over here. There. Which is also placeholder, but it looks more important than placeholder, you know what I mean? When do you think we'll see her again? I mean, I wouldn't have called Rana coming back into relevance in main quest stuff. Rana and Jet. She's out there. It was the open world that really hooked me into this game. We do have new, new lodge. I think I might put lore reading, like the artifact sets, for another day. My jaw's not doing good after. I wasn't expecting that much reading, and I wasn't expecting. I feel like I have a lower endurance for that than I once did. feel like I want to bring Fischl to the Witch's Lodge all the time. Do I have a team with Fischl and Mona? I don't think I do, actually.
This is how it must.
Oh, you're here. I was just starting to wonder if I should send you clearer instructions.
Thanks.
But then I thought, if I make my hints too obvious, it might get in the way of your travel plans. And then, just as I was pacing back and forth, agonizing over what I was going to do, you turned up here anyway. So, it looks like everything worked out fine.
Hey, Nicole! You're so full of energy today! And words! You're so full of words!
Thanks, Paimon. Thank you, question mark?
I'll take that as a compliment. All right then, are you ready to check out my next room?
Now, what did this one say? When we analyzed it, we could like look.
Is this Nicole's studio? Why is it just a bunch of empty frames on white walls? Let's take a closer look.
One of them was like there's chiseling behind it. Another one was you can hear books turning. Another one was there was like the clinking of a teacup against porcelain. I see llama. Was ist los? That is a domain. And excuse me, which witch is that? Is this Anya? Oh, Simbulanka. Oh!
What the? Paimon almost had a heart attack being sucked in by a painting like that. Wait a sec. This place looks familiar. Oh, it's the table where the mages hold their tea parties.
It all started the first time Alice invited me for tea. On that day, I didn't attend in person, mostly because back then, I still hadn't decided whether I really wanted to join the Hexen Circle or not. Alice was the only one there who knew my true identity. She warned me not to say a word or let anyone else discover who I was. I was only supposed to observe.
And then what happened?
Well, then I concluded that she was punishing me for my hesitation to join. Everyone was talking about such interesting things. How could I not chime in? And of course, when you're in the middle of a conversation and someone throws out a question you know the answer to, how are you supposed to keep your mouth shut? Which brings us to the bet between Barbeloth and Alice, Rhindaughter's forbidden creations, Ivanovna's political machinations. It was like a series of exquisitely acted plays, distilled within the confines of a teacup. Their words alone were enough to ignite my instinct to lay the truth bare before them.
Ivanovna? Ivanovna?
So, you piped up inside their heads?
Of course not. Even though I felt like my head was going to explode, I still made sure to hold it all in. I'm a responsible angel after all, and I'm well aware of the difference between what I want to say and what I'm allowed to say.
Another Hex member rarely mentioned. Huh. Have they been mentioned in main quest? Have they been mentioned in main quest or side quest that I would have known about, or was that something that was Mage J in Windbloom? Gotcha. So limited event before I got here. Huh. Former member of the Hexen Circle, died a long time ago, probably normal human, used to be Snezh's mayor. Immediately before Nose Guy. Huh. Yeah, I had no idea. Interesting.
So, I had a private little word with Alice inside her head. Just me and her. And I agreed to join the Hexen Circle. Right there and then.
They sped up her breathing animation too. The speed of her idle animation.
She was quite happy about my decision. But as for the talking inside her head, well, she claims that over the next few days, she had such a headache that she had to visit a doctor in Liyue to get some relief. But she can hardly blame me for that.
Oh, and we're back.
How about we go look at the other frames? Paimon's starting to feel like she needs some relief too.
Cute. Yomp.
Is that an Irminsul tree?
Oh, this painting here? You're clearly no strangers to the white trees. But did you know that the first angel's betrayal happened beneath one of their very boughs?
I don't think so.
Huh. Paimon's curious now.
Well then, I guess it's finally time for me to tell you a tale of romance and horror.
Hell yeah.
Let me just think how best to protect the identity of those involved. Alright, got it. A long, long time ago, there was once a traveler who wandered among the stars. They were nothing like you, but that's not important right now.
That's oddly... What?
One day, he traveled to a silver tree to visit the princess of the morning star. Before long, he started asking her about her kingdom's most forbidden secrets.
This is the Voyager, isn't it?
His words puzzled the princess. How could he possibly know of all these things forbidden by the gods? The young man revealed his origins and showed the princess things she had never seen before. A free will and love, both noble and spiritual. His words awakened her sense of self, hitherto shackled by the gods. Her heart soared, carrying her beyond limits she had never crossed before. The princess of the morning star confided the kingdom's secrets to the youth, and between them, love grew and blossomed, along with a determination to defy the gods.
This is just a cookie-cutter love story. You said there'd be horror.
Paimon?
Don't worry, Paimon. The horror's about to begin. They yearned to help the people live lives of unfettered freedom, but the gods could not forgive their betrayal. They sent down thunder and fury, destroying the lovers' home. And when the Great War subsided, the power and the wisdom of the princess were lost, never to return. Even her closest friends were cursed.
Yeah. That ending was pretty scary after all. But didn't you say you were going to tell us about the first angel? And you're not saying this story's actually true, are you?
It sure is. And that's the scariest part.
Oh! The hell was that noise I just made? Ooh! Ooh!
Hey, this is
Ooh!
Simulanka! But why are there light novels from Yai Publishing House all over the floor?
Why not? My granny has read almost every novel from the VI Publishing House. Pretty normal, right? Look, Fischl.
Well, on the subject of my literary enlightenment, my greatest inspiration of all is none other than Lady Anya herself. She was the last to join the Hexenzirkel, and yet the first to leave. I loved all of her stories. Whether it was just an idea or a fully fleshed out manuscript, Anya was always so skilled at making her readers gasp with joy. Hexenzirkel discussions rarely stray far from magic, and it's my belief that Anya possessed a unique magic of her own. She could weave love and compassion into words and stories that would touch the hearts of others. I asked her for tips on how to write compelling tales. She taught me a lot of tricks and techniques, but in the end, my biggest enemy has always been myself.
Too lazy to put pen to paper? Ether. Too lazy to put pen to paper?
That's one way of putting it. Communicating through thought is so much more convenient. I guess even angels can succumb to laziness.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I thought Ether was just being a dick.
However, recently I've resolved to make an effort, even if it's just to spare myself reproaches from a certain old Seelie friend of mine.
Ooh! Does that mean we're finally gonna get to read something you've written?
Who said anything about writing? I'm talking about buying popular works from the last few centuries to flip through in my spare time.
Oh, Simulanka. Ah! I heard a chest boop. Bloop. Bloop, bloop.
These paintings all remind me of places that hold great significance in my heart. And now, the studio has been fully restored. All right, go ahead and claim our reward. What? Don't look at me like that. Of course this reward is ours. You're not going to leave this chest unopened, are you? I can't let you leave if you do. Besides, after telling you so many stories, don't I deserve a reward of my own?
Didn't they say that in the live stream? They said something to that effect of... Did you...
You still haven't taken everything.
She locked the door! Did you hear that sound?
You still haven't taken everything. A happy story all wrapped up. See you next time. Come to think of it, this Mage's Lodge holds a special significance for me, too. A painting within a house within a painting, worlds within worlds. Fascinating, isn't it?
Fascinating indeed. Cute. Oh yeah, Nicole can be in picture as well. Who all has teapots within their teapots. That's a very different door opening sound effect than in like the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Damn, that sounds nice. All right, another. Sorry. Meeting point rewards, you say? Well. Are you fucking serious, Mona? There. What's on your mind?
The past. As everyone knows, well, actually, hardly anyone knows.
Oh, right,
Anyway,
it's this.
when the angels were destroyed, they had to sacrifice either their preferred form or their power. I chose to keep both. But from another point of view, you could say I lost both. I remain human enough in appearance, but I will always be fundamentally different. For instance, what human could exist for thousands of years without going at least a little mad? Not to mention dying. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I've lived so long that I can't help but miss the way things used to be once in a while.
You mean you miss being an angel?
Not exactly. I led a pretty boring life back then, especially compared to now. But I did have a lot of friends around. It was a lively time. If I had to pinpoint what I'm nostalgic for, it's not any one friend in particular, nor is it the time I spent as an angel. Rather, I simply miss the race of angels as a whole.
Oh, that was sad. Anyways, I have some preliminary tales to claim. How do you think Nicole views Mona? Oh, I imagine she might have voice lines about her, doesn't she? Maybe not about Mona. Maybe, I don't know. One of your homies' students. What about my Mona, who is currently just encircling her like a mad lady? Do you think she does? Do you think Barbie will teach Mona on how to become an old hag herself? What do you mean? What would that class entail? What do you mean, how to become an old hag?
Ad Astra.
Oh, as in live past a normal human's life. Nuts and nuts! Nuts and nuts!
Yahoo!
What? She doesn't have any voice lines about hag, dude, does she? Oh, she doesn't, does she?
The equipment repair. This travel companion of yours, do you know anything of her origins? No matter what, I cannot seem to discern a single shred of information regarding this floating fairy's fate. Oh? So you don't know where she comes from either?
And Paimon also resists being divined? This is also a voice line that's been there since 1 point whatever.
Do you know about constellations? Astrologers believe that the patterns of the stars map out the destiny of vision bearers. Past, present, and future, everything is written in the stars.
Everything is
Written in the stars!
What do we need right now? I'm not sure I have enough time to do a full attempt at a theater right now. Ooh, that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I need more of those, but as long as Stygian is doing its thing, we'll use resin on Stygian, and then once that closes, then we can start going back to this shit. I got some fodder facts for the vent that I'll toss into this one. Okay, ER. Oh! All right, I'll take that for that one. From that one, Venti is pretty poor in terms of crit and EM. It's just this is what I've got right now. This is what I'll stick with for right now. If I ever take him to endgame, honestly, I think I would just give him the VV set. I think I would just give him the VV set instead, so that he's not caring as much about critting and personal damage, and he's just swirling and VVing shred. Primarily, the thing I would bring Venti for, I think, is VV off field and then just burst and then swap to someone else. Like we did that with the Mandragora. We would just gather all of the tiny ones with Venti in Venti's burst and then just smack them around with Arlecchino. Oh, Faruzan. Aside from Kanich, did we have anyone else we were building? Not really. And that's probably good. We'll build Kanich and then save up some of our like Mora and resources and stuff for Sandy. I took Eatloa to 70. And never did anything. Then never did anything more with him. Would he help? Would he help Navia?
I'll light the path ahead.
And then who else? Zhongli, for shield.
Sure.
Zhongli for shield, and also for the pillar, especially if you're going against single enemies, like big enemies and stuff. The pulsing of the Dong shreds defense. Shreds defense. I don't have him C6. I'm a C1. I do like having Chilulu and Benefa with her. I can get my
Is it time to go?
I can get my shrapnel so easily with this team.
Please select target for cleanup sequence.
All the shrapnel all the time. Once again, Navia is unironically one of my like strongest, most consistent meta characters. She is my brute force incarnate. Whenever I'm playing in my wife's world, I usually will bring Navia and if my wife is bringing her Ayaka plus her Zhongli, I will bring my my Navia plus my Escoffier. And if she's bringing Klee, I'll bring Navia and cute robot Inefa. Listen to her clank. One team, if you ever do get Eatlo C6, he slightly edges out Shilonen. I also really enjoy playing Yoimiya with Lali in my wife's world as well. Chev needs a real set of artifacts. What else is in Song of Days Past? Like how, is that a worthwhile domain to grind, or should that just be a strong box? Just... Nighttime Whispers is a good one. I already kind of have a good set for Navia, but I guess it could be better. So it's not an inefficient one to grind. Ooh. Ooh. More sandy funds. We have 6 standards we can do right now. Four, but didn't need one of those. I still focus even on standard. I'm like, all right, am I pulling on the right banner, chat? That's a free, thank you, Beyond-san. That's a free, oh, 2. That's a free wish from a standard banner pull. I just turned a standard into a limited. And they say alchemy doesn't work. What is, the Paimon menu has a notification for what? Oh, Dori. I'm not taking off. Oh, prune voice lines. Declaration of what?
Oh, just you wait, Alice. You can hide as long as you want, but I'll find you sooner or later.
That's her random chat when you're just in the world and she's idle.
Be careful of people who go about life with a smirk on their face, acting like everything is oh so interesting. They're usually supervillains who are just out to create chaos. Did you know you can't breathe while swallowing? Don't believe me? You'll just have to try it then.
It's just like, oh, that's interesting. The did you part.
Did you know? Did you call me? Did you know you?
I hear it. I heard it.
Did you know you? Did you call me?
Why is my Nekomata so small? About Prune identity.
Every time I tell people I'm a witch hunter, they always treat me like some kid, going through a rebellious phase and spewing childish nonsense. Oh, hold on. What's with that look?
Her VA's name is Alice.
Oh, just you wait, Alice. Even though my copy of the Spontamat Guide to Elemental Power is 80 years out of date, its foundational theories remain sound. I went through and annotated it. correcting some of the outdated viewpoints while incorporating my own tactical deductions. And Alice gave it to me on a whim. But she never guessed I would use it against her one day.
Alice the Alessandra. Well, it makes sense that she's hunting Alice of all the Hex Witches, considering...
You're my fave, Nicole.
Okay, I'm done with the Nekomata voice lines.
Barbecue flavored sugar sculptures, sour smoked fish steak, tofu flavored hash browns. Oh, the more unconventional the combination, the more it draws me in. Even if it sounds a bit off, all it takes is one bite and you'll be hooked.
Barbecue flavored sugar sculptures? Tofu flavored hash brown sounds fine. I think.
The hot dogs from Speranza. Not because of the flavor, of course. It's a matter of personal pride. I mean, the smell is kind of enticing. But that doesn't matter. I hate them.
Okay.
All right, fist up. Were you cursed by that witch?
What does Amber have to say? What does a literal golden retriever have to say?
I can handle anything and everything, as long as it isn't cold wolf hook juice. Ugh, yuck. Ugh, I'm just not used to this taste.
Aw.
Sorry, nothing to do with you, of course.
Expected. She still finds it to be disgusting, but she's like, it's not your fault. What about Gamer?
For real now? Bro, look at the mess you made!
No, it looks perfectly edible to me. Thanks, bro.
It's a plate of, like, I was about to say intestines, but intestines actually are as a genuine food. His favorite food. Where is she?
Don't listen to the Shogun.
Oh, right.
Foolish question. There are only two kinds of foods. Those that must be consumed to nourish the body, and those that harm it. Oh, don't listen to the Shogun. Desserts. Cavities are no big deal. You can just replace your teeth. Anyway, I just don't see how desserts can pose a serious obstacle to my pursuit of eternity.
I love...
Consuming this would be physically detrimental.
I love that one.
Remove it from my presence.
Must be something wrong with my taste buds.
Clearly. Whoa, what about Skirk? What does Skirk say when we hand her something completely inedible?
Ugh, waste of ingredients. Next time, I'm cooking.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, right away, ma'am.
Hypothesis. Food processing error encountered. Would you like me to perform the correct cooking procedure? You are welcome to watch.
Does Inefa eat?
Nutritionally dense substance detected. Converting into usable energy source.
Yes, he does.
Feedback from emotion module is enthusiastically positive. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, welcome. I would love to see more of A, but you know, probably scans it. It was Macau Festival was the last time we saw her, wasn't it? More of the vibin' shogun, as I oft say.
Since you seem to have some time on your hands, why don't we find a quiet place and I'll share one of my stories with you?
Since you seem to have some time on your hands. Damn! I don't think, do we need any, we need any materials or anything? I might call it quits here. Yeah, it's almost 5, which is about when I need to, log off. Oh, Nahihi!
How should I put this? I guess you wouldn't feed shroom to a sumpter beast, would you?
I don't know. Would you? That seems a bit fucked up, but I don't know. Would you, Nahida?
Ugh. Is this what you usually eat? Seems I'll have to share some of my macaroni with you.
I love the way she says macaroni.
What sauce should I pick for my macaroni tonight?
How about the blood of my enemies? Vent? Since we're listening to Archons, since we're listening to the gods' limits on food.
I can't believe it, but I don't think I can stomach this. Oh boy, what a predicament.
What a predic.
Is this the kind of stuff you usually eat? Man, you adventurers have it just as rough as we do on our expeditions. Let's go get you some real food.
His words, not mine. Bina? Bina, not an Archon, but Bina, she's in team. Oh,
whenever
right.
Zandroni was mad at me, she'd give me things like this too.
Don't worry, well, she's coming back. You are the only person on the welcoming party. Because, like, obviously, she's chill with Arlecchino. She tolerates Child. Like, there's option. She's chill with the Traveler. There are options for the... But who is the one person that she would want to see right when she comes back?
I can teach you to talk just like him. All you have to do is combine the words money, that darn pantalone, and mark my words. Here, I'll show you. Where's the money? Mark my words. I'm going to kill that darn pantalone. Or, that darn pantalone is going to cough up the money. Mark my words. See? Isn't that fascinating?
What do you think his voice... oh, wait, we know his voice from Winter's Night. I was about to say, what is it? I think his voice is going to sound like. It varies. It is very fitting for Nightwalker. Nightwalker, please. And Risley for tea time. Who is this man? Oh, he gave me access to his eclectic tea collection. I think that'll do it for now, unless there's one other. Do I have a resin? I can wait 6:43 to go grab some Mora. I'm in need of Mora. Since you don't have Nicole, want to look at Phoenix game, low HP 1. Why? Why? Low HP 1, you said?
Alice! Barbie! A little help here?
No! Heavy hit taken 1? It just says oof. Oh my fucking Damn! What do you mean? Now I don't know which one of you guys to trust. Her lines opening chests. You're lucky that we've already done. You're lucky that we've already done the parabolic transformigator, because I don't know if I would accept your ones today.
Ooh. I'm not sure whose work this was, but this one was hidden quite well.
That's an actual treasure chest line. There's no Phoenix game involved in that one.
I live within you.
Okay, anyways. I have been slowly assembling some of those for number 2.
Oh boy. Even though her eyes are covered, Paimon can tell she's staring right at you.
I'd like to try a different drink from the tavern.
Ooh, huge. I fucked this up last time. There's one of your eggs is sitting right where I need to stand. Boreal Watch. Freshly made juice. Tea, milk, and mint. Maybe we try that. Well, it's not for you. Excuse me.
So, what do you think?
It reminds me of a time long, long ago, when I was living with the Frost Moon Scions. The people used to make a kind of tea brewed with fresh mint leaves, spices, and dried berries. Whenever I passed by their homes, there was always a subtle herbal aroma wafting from the windows.
Did you ever get to try it?
I wanted to, but never got the chance.
Oh, why not?
When a goddess arrives at your door and asks, "May I try your tea?" no one dares to offer up the rustic tea thrown together for their own consumption.
Ah, yeah.
What I received in the end was more like an offering for the divine. Complete with ornate packaging and all. Not that it tasted bad per se, but it was missing that sense of home.
Well, now we can fix that. She looks so sad. Now we can fix that.
The flavor is delightful.
Hell yeah! Redemption!
Though I must say, the idea of adding milk seems quite unorthodox to me.
Don't ask. I'm not gonna say that.
has a Mondstadt recipe. People love adding milk, cream, and sugar to their tea over there.
It's novel, but in a good way.
Phew, glad you like it.
Thank you.
You all can just imagine what I was about to say.
Moonlight is not the only medium through which one can glimpse the past. Even something as simple as the aroma of a drink can bring back long-forgotten memories.
Food memory is a real thing. I want to sit next to her. I want to sit here.
Perhaps you could make something for me again in the future.
Bina. She's like, what the hell are you doing? I want to hear Columbina swear. If Emmy Lowe ever did like a one of those one things where you you guys know what I'm saying? That'd be so rude. Can you say a cuss word in the Columbina voice? She'd be like, the fuck are you talking about, you idiot? Alright. You know what? Oh, I don't have, her burst isn't ready. Here, let's go charge up burst real quick.
One with nature.
Watch out, mission!
Into the wind.
I just need energy from you all. That's all. That's all I need. Cool, everyone got their burst back.
Let's get it on. Change of plan. Watch out. Turning point. Fallen leaves. Adorn my
Fate is upon you.
Adorn my fate.
You asked for it.
Oh, these guys don't have an omen bubble applied to them because everyone died too quickly after Mona ulted. That still was ish, honestly. Not that ish is how I want to live, but it was ish.
The wind knows me. What a waste of time! Stay back! Turning. One with nature.
The coordinated attack from her skill is doing 9k. And it's doing 13k without any help. Because I think Kazuha's burst had already worn off by that. Or actually, did I burst with Kazuha during that? But I definitely didn't Mona bubble, so. It is. She is. No burst. So then that was just, that might have been Durin's 9,000 instead of Diaz. What time is it? Okay, it's 5 after. Not a hard deadline, but it's when I need to start getting ready and shit. What are you doing by yourself, Dia?
I'm using force. Your stuff.
Okay, yeah, the coordinated is doing 8K right there.
Time for the big one. The wind knows me. Leave it to me. A turning point decided by destiny.
Save yourself.
That clouds high. The birds come. Look alive.
Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's crazy that she's hitting that low with 192 crit damage. Realistically, all you would really need for her is HP and EM. And just put her in a team where she's not the on-fielder. If you were being realistic about it. That does it for me today. Let's continue the 1.7 stuff. Whatever wrap up we needed to do for 1.7 stuff in Zenless. And then, do we have any like small quests that we can do as well? There's some small quests, kind of similar to like Genshin has they have side quests and etc. Right? So that'll be Zenless tomorrow. World quests, essentially. Okay, cool. Sayu's favorite game. There's a bunch of side quests to do prep for an event before 2.0. Oh, okay. Yeah, what was the last event that we did? Pale Waste. Was Pale Wasteland the last event we did? No, the fishing event was the last one that we had done with Chingy. Then we have some more stuff to do in Enfield. Excuse me. Whoa. Next time we Genshin, I'm thinking we theater ourselves. Probably theater and more side quests. I'm just figuring out when I'm going to upload the face reveal video. That's coming soon. I'd almost say maybe by the end of the week. Because it's ready. It's not like I should have it done by the end of the week. It's ready. It's just when I want to upload it. So. Chasm quest with the Season Mage? Is there more to do with the Season Mage? Oh. I didn't realize. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we have theater and stuff to do. Why am I so low? We have theater stuff to do. We have no shortage of things to do in our various games. I love Bina's trailer theme. I listened to, I forgot how much of a bop Caesar's EP was. It's not the genre that I would normally listen to, but man, I really enjoy it. Thinking. Let's see, did I have any other, I don't think so. No, I didn't. Alright, that does it. Thanks again, everyone. Appreciate you a lot. Let's end with a more upbeat. Let's end with while that one is a beautiful song, we'll end with a giant robotic duck throwing hands. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Zenless day tomorrow. See you there. Appreciate you. Drink water. Be good to each other. Love you lots. Thanks again. Bye-bye.